And first up for the week is going to be Galactogon book number 3, called A Check for a Billion, written by Vasily Mahenko. It is 493 pages. It is $6.99. It is not currently on Kindle Unlimited. That might change by the time this book actually comes out, but as of this recording, it's not available on Kindle Unlimited. Here is the author's description. A check for a billion credits. The prize seems lost forever, and here it glittered again with all of its colors, drawing in the couple like a magnet, the pirates, the Uldans, and the Zatrathi. None of it mattered now. The final goal was so close, all they had to do was reach out and grasp it. Alas, fortune refuses to land in Surgeon's hand just like that, without a fight. Fortune only comes to those who can prove themselves. Will Alexis and Eunice find their inner strength and go to the end, or will the obstacles in their way force them to give up their search? After all, the most important thing is to find the planet with the prize. And yet, faced with an entire galaxy, where do they even start? So there you go. Full disclosure, I received an advance copy for review. I purchased a copy when it became available. I pre-ordered this a long time ago. This is the final novel in the series, according to the author. We recently did an author interview with him not that long, a couple weeks ago. And he had some interesting things to say about the series, including why there was such a massive gap of time between book 1 and book 2 and book 3. But the series is apparently the last book in the series. There are hints that it might spin off into something else, but for now, this is going to be it. And I have to say, overall, despite some issues with the story and the game mechanics being super light, this is a good finish. This is a nice resolution to all the big conflicts, all the big things, again, tying it back to book 1. And I want to say that it was probably extra challenging for the author because he had issues with book 1. He wasn't really satisfied with how it turned out, which is why there was such a huge multi-year gap between book 1 and book 2 being released. But there's still a bunch of good stuff here. Space fights, tense betrayals, surprising story with twists with the main character and his pregnant wife as they search for that promised prize from book 1, and fight not only alien empires but the pirates that they're supposed to be aligned with. Overall, it's a good stuff. It's definitely a little more sci-fi than it is LitRPG here. There's just a lot less game mechanics than there was in book 1. Book 2, if you read book 2, if you listen to the audiobook version of it, you actually can tell a lot that has been curbed down, and that's just a decision by the author to do so. The game mechanics still are there. There's quests, there's rewards, that kind of stuff here. But again, it's definitely minimized. But there are other things to kind of make up for, again, like some really nice space battles. Like I said, there are some serious betrayals. I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming at all, or wow, that's another betrayal and twist to the story. So overall, I had a good time with it. I think it's a nice conclusion. It's not my favorite in the series. It's definitely not my favorite from the author himself. But if you like this series and you've enjoyed book 2 specifically, I think you're going to enjoy book 3, and you're going to enjoy how the series kind of ends up. I think you'll probably be satisfied. I was. For me, it gets a score of 7.2 out of 10. It's a check for a billion. Galactogon book number 3, a LitRPG series with a score of 7.2 out of 10.